himself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on, so Newhoff in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani not very far apart at all here, but I just want to see how Alistair Haig deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the loud pedal, and approaches dropped him all the way down the order, but Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And it definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down it towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. It's now Pike going to have a go at Werrell. Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot of fun. Yeah, and it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is enjoying himself watching. And Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there as they're really bunching up now.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
Haven't got it!
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it! Big Barry! Good evening and welcome back to the JPB YouTube channel for round 10 of the BSC Nascar League. Mostly right-hand turns 150, sponsored by James Blue Flags Rants, of course, brought to you as always by the Killer Brownie. Go and check them out at killerbrownie.com. We are here at Watkins Glen, and the interesting thing about this is we are using the short track with the chicane. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be bringing you all the action again with the man with all the knowledge. Mr. Kenton Sportak will be with me alongside here for what plans to be an epic evening of racing. 60 laps, 60% fuel, 2 tyres and a stage break at lap 25. So let's see what the current championship scores on the doors are. Don't forget, the top 8 go into the playoffs. Alex Witt is out in front on 292 with Christian Schrader on 282. Then we've got Dan Michael in the third on 275 with Noel Jackwitz on 264. Rodney Roberts on 239 with Jordan Malcolm on 220. Devon Collicott 217 with Derek Runge on 211. Hunter Carlson on 199. Cody Kurd on 195. Terry Spainhour in 11th. So close on 191 to that playoff spot. Can he get the playoffs? We've got this one and 2 more to go. Kansas and Chicago to finish off. Then we've got Andrew Williams there in 12th with Brandon McLaughlin in 11th. Calvin Ross 14th. Matthew Norberg 15th. Seth Pegg down in 16th. Anthony Radel 17th. And Cody Sharp down in 18th. But let's bring Kenton into the booth here this evening. Kenton, good evening, dear sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a balmy, like 30 degrees is where I am right now, so I'm melting a little bit inside, but doing well.
Definitely are. Now we've got an interesting livery on track this evening. Now we've had a look. Now, as you all well know here on the BSC, when we do the BSC, you all know that 2 things I don't like, right? One is NASCAR on road circuits, right? It drives me crazy. I just think, what's the point? Don't put them there. And the second thing is blue flags. Now, blue flags drive me crazy. I've been brought up on F1 rules where if you get a blue flag, just get out of the way. All right? That's it. Fairly straightforward. Now, I had a message this week from one Mr. Australian, Seth Pegg. James, it starts. Can I ask you a question? Now, normally when I get messages like that, I get scared, Kenton, because I sit back and think, have I done something wrong? Have I said something wrong? Am I going to end up in the steward's booth once more? Right? Because, you know, I've been there a couple of times with saying things that people don't like, should we say. So I said, what's up, mate? Of course you can. Go for it. He said, am I restricted in a livery design? I said, well, there are livery guidelines, but as long as you don't cross the barriers of, you know, normal things, political, racial, you know, whatever it can be. You get the idea. I don't need to go into some of the others, but you get the idea. And he said, all right, well, it's none of them. Can I design a livery for Watkins Glen? So I said, yes. Now, I'm starting to regret that decision, partly because of what Seth has done. Now, as we know, blue flags, right? And on his car, Seth has put, cancel blue flags will not will not obey blue flags. JPB against blue flags. Lap cars matter. Hashtag not my flags. No blue flags. Now, one of the other things that this wonderful gentleman has also got on the car as well, I'm going to have to hide the timing tower at the moment. Down the left-hand side, it says blue flags don't matter. Now, which is fine. On the other side, it says, blimey, mate, respect blue flags and stop faffing about. And in the corner is my face with a laser coming out of my eyes, right? So, as wonderful as what Seth Pegg has done, it is quite amusing. I do find it funny as well. But obviously, from Seth's point of view, NASCAR road, because he knows that NASCAR's on road drives me crazy. So he's got a full meme livery this evening, Kenton, hasn't he, really?
It's absolutely fantastic. I'm fully supporting this. Strictly because I think it's hilarious.
I bet you are here as well, which doesn't make this any easier for me, Kenton. I've got to be honest. You know, you may have full support for this situation, but for me, overall, it doesn't make it any easier. I'm not going to lie.
It could be much worse. Is all I can add that. I think it's just obviously it's all in good fun, and I absolutely love the fact that he went all out for it as he did. Yeah, like it wasn't just like, oh, let's put the blue flags matter or like just like one little thing about like he dove into the deep end instantly, went all out for it. It's the design craftsmanship spot on. Fantastically done.
You would say that. I
would. You know why? Because it's not me. So it's even better.
Well, that's the problem, you see, and it isn't you, and it is me, and it just, you know, I don't know if I like it.
There you
know what I mean? Being little old me and always having this situation about my blue flag rants that people don't like and, you know, stuff like that. It's a tough one for me to swallow. You know, it's hard, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It is. I understand. I will say once again, because I know where the photo came from, it's still a good picture at least.
It is. It's off the website. We are into qualifying, guys, as well. While we go through qualifying, I just want to show you something here as well, which was a recap of Darlington last week, so you can have a look back at this that Seth did, mind you, as well. So this amazing recap of Darlington last week, so enjoy it. There you go, 17 to go, and at the moment Alex, we're out in front with Stradas nearly 7 seconds back. So unless Witt has a complete and utter disaster here, Ken. There you go, 17 to go, and at the moment Alex, we're out in front with Stradas nearly 7 seconds back. So unless Witt has a complete and utter disaster here, Ken, and I think this could be Alex Witt's race. No more. White flag now for Alex Witt. He nearly got bumped into by Stock Noses going around turn one. This is the final part of the Darlington hole in the wall. Oh, he's in the wall! What?
What? Oh no, it's
Strider! Caution! Strider's got it! Jackowitz has got it!
Jackowitz and then Williams and Northburn.
So there you go, guys. That was last week at Darlington. As you can see there, the video was done by Seth. It was an amazing video as well, I've got to be honest. But we are here in qualifying, and at the moment, Jordan Malcolm is on the top of the standings here. Kenton, 1:10.49. And then you got the best times of Dan Michael, Noel Jackowitz, Alex Witt, Matthew Norberg, Devon Collicott, Christian Strada here as well. We've got Lydia Spainhour in chat. Erin Dermody, brilliant livery. Yes, definitely on that one as well. And Rio's not happy because apparently they showed her crashing in the recap video. So apologies for that one. Sorry, to be fair, says Seth, everyone crashed. They certainly did, but that was Seth's video there of last week in Darlington, and what a great job he has done as well. We've got Noel Jackowitz out on track at the moment. 1 minute 38 left of quali here, bud, as well. It's going to be an interesting race. I think when we talk about road circuits, we've got to be looking at the fact that qualifying here is more important than NASCAR, right? Then it's a more important position. You've got to be out front. You don't want to get loose going up through the S's for the first time, and you want to make sure that you don't bury it into the wall at the chicane. So that's going to play a massive part here for these guys, isn't it? And at the end of the day, they've got to try and get up as high as possible, because technically we're on road rules. So there's only going to be one safety car, which should be at the stage breaker 25. Now, unless Armand in the background decides that something else deserves a safety car, we should technically only have one. So that's going to be interesting as well. They're not going to be able to get laps back. They're not going to be able, and all of these things play a part here, doesn't it, when it comes to qualifying itself?
Yeah, 100%. Compared to any oval race, qualifying here is going to be much bigger and more important. And Jordan Malcolm, with him currently on P1, where we'll kind of gloss over a little bit of Road America. You don't want to get on the throttle too aggressively off the start and spin yourself out and take out the entire front of the field. Not how you want to start this time. But yeah, getting a good lead and being able to hold on to it, it is fairly draft heavy here still. Like, you're still using that slipstream. There's a lot of long straightaways. I mean, even some of the turns aren't really turns. Like, we're talking the little S's and stuff like that. Like, you're still going to be flat out through that entire thing. So it is very important. Yeah, getting in good position. The higher up you qualify, the higher your chances of being able to gain as many points as you can and be as close to the front as you can. So you definitely wanted to. Obviously, qualifying being over.
Yeah, and here is the grid. Jordan Malcolm in first, Dan Michael second, Noel Jackowitz in third, Alex Witt in fourth, Matthew Norberg fifth, Devon Collicott sixth, Christian Strada seventh, Andrew Williams eighth, Cody Kern in ninth, Hunter Carson in 10th, Nicholas Stotner in 11th, with Selena Thompson in 12th place. Then we've got Seth Pegg in 13th, with Joshua Keefe 14th, Brandon McLaughlin 15th, Calvin Ross 16th, TJ Spainhour in 17th, Cody Sharp 18th, Anthony Radel 19th, Joshua Kuhn in 20th, Greg Sherman 21st, Armand Brusso is not on track, and Thomas Kuhn is taken to the circuit, so he will be in 23rd position there as well. Are we ready for what plans to be an epic evening of racing? We've got the cars lined up just before the penultimate turn here as well, before we go down into that final corner. There they all are, ready to go. Then we're going to be up and running. Then we're going to be on 60 laps. So Rhea defended herself in YouTube chat as well, saying, listen, considering my entire NASCAR career has been this one league, to be honest, I don't think she's doing too badly.
No, her car usually is pointed the right direction, and that's pretty much all you can do in NASCAR. It's just point straight and hope everything goes well.
Yeah.
For the most part, that's really all you got.
Yeah.
So, no, it's and I mean, it's been some pretty difficult tracks that she's joined into the league on. Like, it wasn't exactly Daytona and things like that. I'm pretty sure it was North Wilkesboro and Darlington, which are not exactly known for their ease of drivability.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, and that's the thing, you know, at the end of the day, he's only been here since, round 8 and 9. So the last 2 rounds. So fair play, you know what I mean? Right, guys, the cars are moving. We are on under the pace car, and then we are going to be green. The pace car will peel in very shortly. There it goes. And we will be having 60 laps of Watkins Glen. And we are going to be up and running. Here we go. The green flag's going to drop. And we are green. Jordan Malcolm's got the inside at the moment as he goes down into turn 1. Dan Michael. Then we've got Noel Jackowitz, Alex Witt. Big old lock up from Jordan Malcolm there as well. And unfortunately for him, he's going to be under attack from Alex Witt. He's already lost a position to Jackowitz. Witt's now having a go as they're coming up through the S's here side by side. This is where they've got to make it through. This is where they've got to be careful. And now once more we are on that back straight, all set and ready. They're banging doors. Jordan Malcolm and Alex Witt. Everybody's got away cleanly at the moment here, Kenton, but it's going to be tough for them to start getting involved now as they come in through the chicane for the first time.
Yeah, that chicane, as you see everyone filter down to single file, trying to go through there side by side. Not typically advised. It's a narrow entry because you have to be as close to that inside wall as you can be. Going further outside makes it really hard to make the hard left kind of thing coming out of the bus stop chicane. So you definitely need to be very careful about how you enter that. So yeah, trying to go side by side does get very tricky.
Yeah, it definitely does here as well, but it is Jackowitz out in front. We've had Stotner's had an incident. So is Thomas Kuhn here as well. So Nicholas Stotner, unfortunately, is down in 20th place. Another lock up there from Alex Witt. Big old smoke coming out of his car. He's alongside fighting with Noel Jackowitz, too wide going up through the S's. I've seen this in officials, Kenton. It doesn't work here, and it's going to be very tricky for these guys to try and make this work.
Yeah,
Oh no, TJ's had a crash. Round turn 1. Calvin Ross there as well. What's happened with TJ? Oh no! And then the invisible wall also gets Calvin Ross there as well. And unfortunately for TJ, he's dropped all the way to the back. He's in the pits. Alex Witt and Noel Jackowitz still fighting it out here, Kenton. And it's been a bit of a rocky start for some, but others seems to be okay.
Yeah, it looked like Jordan Malcolm had a little dicey section there as he kind of got a little sideways coming through the penultimate corner there, but he managed to keep everything pointed forward. But yeah, this track is really interesting because it is very wide. It is not necessarily built for NASCAR, but it's a lot more giving to NASCAR in a lot of ways, having big curbs, having the large entries and exits, and that you don't really get anywhere other than kind of the chicane there where it's kind of dicey trying to go side by side. The biggest thing though is, as wide as it is, going side by side in a lot of spots can be kind of sketchy because there are just walls. There's not really a lot of runoff. The track's wide, but there's nowhere to go if you end up off track. It's very close to the walls. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Jeddah, for F1 fans, where the track's pretty wide, but there's no. If you go off, you're gonna hit it's walls. There's nothing else. So it's you'll do a lot of damage if you end up going too far off track there too quickly.
Yeah, definitely as well. Welcome in Billy, welcome in Lydia, welcome in Terry Spain, our senior. Sir, attention, man on deck. As these front 4 now, Alex Witt opening up a 1 second gap currently at the moment. Anthony Radel fighting out as well. He's down with Joshua Keefe. He's alongside coming into the penultimate turn. Is Radel going to be able to hang this on the inside? He's not. Keefe makes it through. Jordan Malcolm, Jackowitz side by side. Malcolm and Jackowitz coming down into turn 1 now. Here they go. Are they going to make it through? They do. Jordan Malcolm, Dan Michael overtakes Jackowitz as well. This is going to be another moment for these guys. They've got to try and get this sorted out here at the moment in Kenton, because the more they battle, the more Alex Witt opens up the gaps. The more he edges out. He's a second and a bit at the moment, and he's just going to keep going the more these guys start fighting.
100%, and it's obviously it's working very much in his favor, but at the same time, this has allowed Jackowitz kind of had him having a little bit of an issue. Malcolm is now starting to reel in Alex Witt, and I think Malcolm in clean air is very fast. We've known him to be very quick around these road circuits, so I think him kind of getting himself into some clean air and not having to battle nearly as much is going to just do wonders for him, and we might get a Witt-Malcolm duel fairly shortly.
Yeah, Matthew Norberg, Cody Kern is going to try and go up the inside of Cody Kern on the final corner. He's not going to make it through this time here. What about Davin Collicott? He is chasing the blue flag Madden's car. Oh, Seth Pegg here as well. Pegg's chasing down Selena Thompson. Knock it off, Kenton Sportak. I'll tell you, sir. Give him any more encouragement than he already needs. He's got enough here, and he's loving life with his livery at the moment. He's gone well out of his way, as Seth, bless him, and he's done a great job as well. Good job I got thick shoulders, isn't it? You know what I mean? Otherwise I'd take offence to half of this. I'll tell you.
See, then I just have to be careful. I can't push too far on joking around with it, because otherwise then you're going to start planting ideas for people, and I got to be careful of that. Got to stay off the car liveries. The longer I do that, the better.
Well, I can tell you that much. If you carry on, it ain't going to be very long. Oh dear, but let's see what happens with Seth. Let's see if he can manage it and get past Selena Thompson. Cody Kern's running side by side with Norberg. Norberg still hustling him, coming round that penultimate corner as they come into the final turn. There they are. They're going to be running side by side. Is there going to be room for Kern on the outside? There is. Is he going to be able to make it through down into turn one? Well, time's going to tell. Here they come. They're going to come down now. The top part of your picture into turn one. They come, and Matthew Norberg has got through and has done a stellar job there as well. Joshua B. Keefe into the pits. Calvin Ross has been off track, so is Andrew Williams, and unfortunately for them guys, it's not looking good. Terry Spainhour's back into the pits again for his second trip here, so unless he's got his repairs, and he hasn't got them done, he is going to be struggling. But back up front, Alex Witt, Jordan Malcolm. Malcolm's close right up now. Malcolm's a bit of a road specialist. You know, I've seen him in GT4s. I've seen him on the road circuits for the NASCAR. He's going to be a tough cookie to shake here for Alex Witt.
Oh, 100%. He is the maestro of the road circuit when it comes to NASCAR. He's done very well in pretty much every road circuit we've done. Obviously, Road America was a little bit of a hiccup, but that was largely in part to his over-eagerness off the start and spinning his car completely sideways and kind of causing that incident as he looks to make a move up on the inside into turn one. That's a sketchy spot, and he's unfortunately looked like Alex Witt almost got a little sideways there too. But yeah, he knows how to put the car in places to make it hard for people to get past him, but he also knows how to put the car in places to make moves himself. So it's he's very exciting to watch and a lot of fun on these style tracks here.
Yeah, Road America was, as I say, was a little bit of blip for Jordan Malcolm. They're coming through the bus stop chicane. You can see the speed that they do through there as well, and what a picture that is of them cars coming through. Car number 21, Greg Sherman, looks like he's had a moment into the wall as well. He's off the side of the circuit at the penultimate turn. So what has Greg Sherman been up to, and was that all on his own? This is going to be the question. It was. He locked up, gravel trap, see you later, take care, onto the ice, into the wall goes Sherman, and unfortunately he's had a moment. What about Seth Pegg? Pegg has got Collicott tucked up right behind him at the moment. Is Collicott going to be able to get through on that wonderful liveried Peggles car, I'm going to call it, here this evening? He's done a great job. He's still chasing down Selena Thompson. He's still chasing down Devon Collicott. That's not going to help him, I can tell you that much. Selena Thompson doing a little bit of a disappearing act there as they're coming down out of the last corner. Calvin Ross with Joshua Kuhn. Ross is obviously in that battle. He was in the fight with TJ. He did end up making contact with TJ, and TJ is struggling. He can't get the car. He's come back out on track, but it looks like hopefully he sorted out the issues for TJ. The steering looks straight now, which is always a good start to the day. What about Seth Pegg and Devon Collicott? Collicott's trying to come at Pegg here, and this is the interesting thing. We talk about this circuit, we talk about that run down into the bus stop, we talk about draft. The draft What do we reckon? Is it going to play a part? Is it really going to make a difference here, do you think?
I think it will, and largely just because of how many long straightaways there are. It won't be as effective. Like, you're not going to have two cars that'll suddenly pull away like you would in Daytona or anything like that. But the slipstream, more so than a draft here, it's going to be all about that slipstream, and you're really going to be able to utilize it in a lot of the corners, or sorry, in a lot of the straightaways. For instance, like this front straight, if Peggles is able, or you got me calling him Peggles. If like Peggles, you can see him reeling in Selena Thompson there, just being behind and using that slipstream. Like, now he's basically right on her back bumper, so it definitely will play a part. It's not as effective as, you know, places like Daytona going around ovals, but it is still going to be an important thing to utilize and make sure you're really trying to take what you can of it to get yourself into a better spot.
Yeah, Seth doesn't look, going back, we're looking at the back end of Selena Thompson's car, you know, he doesn't look quite as comfortable as he does in going, obviously, where we go left, right? We do that quite a lot, and obviously from his point of view, he just doesn't look quite as comfortable. Now we're on the nose with Devon, and this is obviously Seth in front of us. We're coming up to this penultimate turn here, the left turn, which is effectively, I think it's turn 9 or 12 on the normal full circuit, but it's not that here. And there's certain parts of this track where Seth just doesn't look comfortable, and there's certain parts where he looks like he's nailing it. Now, one man that obviously is comfortable is Mr. Alex Whitt, but he has got the ever-looming Australian of Jordan Malcolm and Dan Michael behind him. We was expecting that these front three to pull away. Fourth place, Noel Jackowitz. Fifth is Christian Strada. These are kind of the main protagonists, aren't they, Kenton, for that playoff position?
For sure. I mean, and even just road circuits in general, Alex Witt's always a threat no matter what the race is. Daniel Michael, I believe he won COTA last season when we went down to the Circuit of Americas. I believe he actually won that race. And Jordan Malcolm, we know how good he is on roads. So these three, I'm not surprised being up here. And then, yeah, Jackowitz, Strada, both are very, very high up in our standings and who we kind of expect to be around in this sort of area. So all of them having a great race, and unlike when you're driving on an oval, yeah, there's not a lot of help of safety cars to kind of tighten the field back up, so you kind of get that separation a little more drastically here.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, because, you know, we are, if you're wondering, we are running on what should be effectively road rules. Now, road rules, obviously, they don't really bring out safety cars regardless of the situation, unless there's a big crash going up through the S's and it's completely blocked. You won't see a safety car, okay? Technically, there should only be one, and that, oh, he's taking him out! Dan Michael's gone! That was a back marker! That was a back marker. The back marker on the right-hand side has done this to Dan Michael. He's locked up.
He locked up massively going into that, and that's the 19.
Thomas Kuhn. Yes.
Rather unfortunate. He did try and stay out of the way, but yeah, just unfortunately locked up massively going into that corner. And once you lock up, even in NASCAR, in any type of car, you're just going straight. There is no turning, no anything. You're just in trouble. You're along for the ride at that point.
See, now, this is where I can rant, okay? For me, he had a big old long straight to lift off this Thomas Kuhn, and I'm not even sure why he's even there. I don't get it. You've had a straight. You were lifting, and I understand that, and I get it, but you didn't lift early enough. You could have been out the way a lot more easier. You didn't even have to be involved with that one. Come on! Don't make me rant, but that's a no-go. No-go as a back marker should you even be in that position to take somebody out, especially not the man in fourth place, or third place he was at that time.
Yeah, and he was in third there, and I mean, obviously that's going to be a rough one for him, as he's going to have to now do a lot to sort of battle his way back. He is in sixth. We are thankfully still before the safety car, so or the safety or stage break, I guess technically. But unfortunate, and there's not really much. Obviously, Michael couldn't do anything. Daniel Michael had nowhere to go. No. But and I get what you're saying. Yeah, like Thomas, he could have left. I think he literally looked like he went to brake beforehand to allow Dan Michael to go through, because he did let off and then hit the brakes. And I think he just hit the brakes with too much pressure.
He didn't need
to be there. It just caused them all to lock up.
He didn't need to be there. Look at what we were talking about. Up through the S's, there's a good old long straight. There's a good old long straight that he could have lifted ages ago. Ages and ages ago. I'm sorry. That just some things make me rage, and that was one of them. Poor old Dan Michael. You know, he was running in third. He was quite happy fighting out with Jordan Malcolm. And then bish bash bosh, he's now down in sixth. And do you know what's worse as well? Our current track master messaged me as soon as that happened, going, blue flag rant incoming, isn't it? It was like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah. As soon as I heard back marker, I was like, I'm just gonna take a break here. I'm not gonna be needed for a minute. This will be a long conversation.
He should have been out of the way. I'm sorry, Thomas, and I love you dearly and all of this sort of stuff, but come on, sir. You had a straight well before that. Alex Witt has still got Jordan Malcolm right behind him. These two have opened up a 5.5 second gap with Noel Jakowitz there as well. Ria is in YouTube chat. She did tell me earlier on that she wasn't going to be on track because she didn't know the circuit, right? So fair play to Ria. Instead of coming on and being, a roadblock as such, she's taken a night off. She's sitting in YouTube chat as well, saying she takes a night off, but she sits in YouTube chat during the English broadcast while she's at work. So I'm not quite sure what the difference is, to be honest. But she's been in YouTube saying that obviously the fact of not knowing the track, NASCAR and road circuits are difficult. She's taken a night off, which I think is a fair one, to be honest.
Yeah, Watkins Glen, while it is still a little nicer for NASCARs, they do not create the same downforce as most other vehicles would, like your GT3s, GT4s, stuff like that. So they can be a little icier. Plus, it sounds like I think she was trying to build she was building a chair. A chair. Yeah, I think it was like what's the term? Oh my goodness, why can I not think of it?
Whenever you're ready.
A rig. She was building a cockpit. That's the word.
Choose your words. Choose your words, sir. There's loads of them in the English dictionary. Go for it.
Oh,
which one are you picking?
The cockpit. She was building a cockpit, I believe, somewhere along those lines.
Or should we go rig, which is what we would...
A rig, yeah. Rig, whatever. Which one?
Oh, dearie me. Help me out here.
Sim rig, yeah. See, sim rig. Right? Yeah. I was close. A cockpit, sim rig, same thing.
Oh, dearie me. My son sent me a picture of a chair the other day. He's like, Dad, can I get a new chair for the rig? And I was like, because obviously, he's got mine. I was like, send me a picture. He sent me a picture, and it literally looked like a deck chair. Like a beach chair. And I was like,
oh no! He touched grass! He touched grass!
Oh, Devon Collicott Peggles has got nowhere to go! Peggles literally made it through on Cody Kern there, but poor old Cody Kern, he touched the grass, and that was it. That was the end. Collicott's got to go in as well. Oh, for Cody Kern, that's going to be a disaster. But now the closest battle on your screen is Alex Witt and also Jordan Malcolm. These two coming along here, fighting out for the front there as well. And you can see Armand in YouTube chat. He was going to join in, but he's not been well, should we say. There's been, he's been a bit rough. Bless him. Bless his little cotton socks. That's Armand Brousseau. So unfortunately, he's taken a night off. But then again, hasn't he had the whole season off, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was driving earlier today with a broken finger. What's your excuse? Come on, Brousseau, let's get in here.
Well, Brousseau's excuse would be the fact that he might have had to run to the bathroom during the race, so that could have been an interesting fact, couldn't it? You know what I mean? Poor Armand Brousseau. Oh, Malcolm's going up the inside. There's going to be... Oh! Oh,
He
Jordan
likes to try and make that inside move on turn 1, and he's gotten close a few times. And I mean, him and Alex Witt, they're both racing hard, but they're not racing to the point of pushing one or the other off. Like he's tucking that nose in there, trying to create some space for himself. And Alex Witt is giving him enough space. He's giving him the car, but it's about that. And if he kind of has to decide, all right, I got to back out or I'm going to risk it. And so far they've kept it clean.
Yeah,
nothing too crazy.
Andrew Williams with Selena Thompson in front of him currently as well. This is where the draft's going to come in. Even in these big house bricks on wheels, these cars that should just be going left, they shouldn't be turning right. They shouldn't be doing it left, and they certainly shouldn't be doing it in quick succession. Arma Brusso, come on. So let's see what happens. Oh, I'm on one tonight. I seriously should have gone to bed before I did this, but I didn't sleep. So unfortunately, it is what it is. So there we go.
Fair. It looks like Brusso, is... Someone has to throw the one safety flag, or yellow flag. Someone has to call the stage break. That one. As we see Dan Michael moving up to 4th now.
Yeah, he's back up again. He's just gone past Strado. Look at Witt and Malcolm. They're side by side. Malcolm's bullied him off that inside line.
Little love tap, little rubbing his race in there.
Yeah, little hip check from Jordan Malcolm there saying, I've got it now, son. You've opened up that inside line. It is all mine. The Australian is going to go. This is where I think Jordan Malcolm shines on road circuits. I loved watching him on road circuits, and in the GT4s that's coming up tomorrow night, he is going to be absolutely incredible. If you're not tuned in for the JPB GT4s, come and have a look. We're at Alton Park. There's 28 cars. There's a blown up car there as well, and I think that's Joshua Kuhn, and he has that's well, you're going to be smoking for a while.
Ooh, his left side's he's not doesn't have a left front attached there.
No, I'm trying to find where he originally went. This could be it. Yes.
Oh, yep.
That would be the one for Joshua Kuhn. Unfortunately,
I mean, he got very much out of the way of everybody.
Yeah. How did he crash?
I'm pretty sure your tire's not just supposed to sit there.
What's he done here around the last corner? Oh dear, that car's not.
He has no. And
Dan Michael again.
Oh no!
For Dan Michael, he's having a horrendous evening with back markers. Cody Sharp's gone through. Nicholas Stockner now is under attack from Andrew Williams. Poor old Dan Michael. I tell you what, Michael's having a horrendous time here this evening, and it's with it's with Joshua Kuhn and Thomas Kuhn. Oh, how does that work out? Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, I just realized I totally forgot we had two of the Kuhn brothers. It's his dad and son, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's dad and son. I'm sure Armin can talk about that one as well. So let's see how it goes on, but Nicholas Stockner running side by side. Collicott's just going up the inside. Collicott's been into the pits. Stockner has not been into the pits. Alex Witt and Noel Jakowitz are into the pits, and we know what fuel strategy Jordan Malcolm is on. He's probably already saved most of it already. So here we go. It's going to get interesting for the last 40 laps here as well. So let's see how this one pans out here, Kenton. It's been an interesting one so far, but these guys have done a fairly good job.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's been fairly clean. As it looks like Alex Witt actually has entered the pits too. Yeah, he's back out, so he's down in 5th now. So, and this is also the problem. Jordan Malcolm has some innate ability to extend his laps on road courses, more so even than his oval stuff. I don't get it. Like, he's still out there. Everyone, I think, Dan Michael, I don't think has pit yet, but like, he's got a 10-second gap on him. Like, I can almost guarantee you he's thinking, can I push this to the stage break here? No. That's his thought off the start.
And the answer is no.
It's not. He cannot.
He can't.
He thought about it, but yeah.
There's some confusion going on in YouTube chat. I don't get what Armand and Ria are having a
why
conversation.
am I being talking to?
I don't know. Something else. Oh, Stotner's in the wall. Kern's going to go up the inside. Stotner tapping the wall in the S's. Cody Kern gets through. And now we've got Jordan Malcolm, Dan Michael, Matthew Norberg, Selena Thompson. We're expecting this gentleman in as well, Seth Pegg. And the only other man that's got to pit at the moment is Nick Stockner. Everybody else is through. TJ's still out there. Come on, TJ, get in the playoffs. Make me an happy man. Come on, Dad. Come on, Lydia, make sure he's got water. Go and flick it at him. Pretend it's iRacing rain or something. Tell him it's raining in iRacing and spray water at him. I don't know. Maybe.
4D driving. None of this VR. It's 4D.
And now I'm going to build the chair more. So you have fun with that, Kenton. So there we go.
Okay. I don't know who's having fun with what.
I think it was the fact that you're trying to explain the rig or chair or the sim cockpit or whatever it was you were trying to explain at that specific moment. Andrew Williams has jumped Selena Thompson in the pits. Alex Witt has jumped Jordan Malcolm, and he's done it by 3.5 seconds here. So I'm not quite sure if there's an issue there with Jordan Malcolm, but I'm sure he will be back on the tail of Alex Witt very, very shortly. Christian Strada has got the ever-closing Dan Michael. There he is in the background, closing up as well. Go, TJ, show him how it's done. Currently, Lydia, as much as I love optimism, TJ is 2 laps down and in 20th place. So I do love your optimism, and I love TJ. Everybody knows that. You know, the cut tells me that. Oh, he's back in his Kelly Services livery. Cool.
Yes, I did notice that.
Well, you didn't tell me. Rude.
I figured you could see it. It's green and not.
I know. But I don't know. He was running his mum's shop livery, I think it was. But no, look, TJ's back in his Kelly Services. Absolutely incredible. Well done, TJ. Love you forever. And again, thank you for the cup and the magnet. It is absolutely amazing. I do drink my coffee out of it. It makes me smile every time I pick the cup up. So there we go. Christian Strada under attack from this man, Dan Michael. There is, I believe, that is a back marker in front, and Dan Michael's going to instantly be like, oh dear. So it is. I think it's Cody Sharp this time.
Oh, he got straight up out of the way though.
Yeah, well done.
Went out.
Oh, what's going on? Strada's run inside. Oh, Michael's through. I'm wondering if Strada gave that a little bit too much more respect than it actually needed there. To be honest, I think Strada probably could have held Michael up a long time. He had a speeding penalty on pit road, says Dad. No! Oh, TJ. Oh, no. Ria's talking to you. No, I was talking about Coon's incident collecting someone passing him. I was saying it's on the passing car to safely make the pass. It is.
Yes.
Now, when
100%.
Shut up, you. When we make these, when we read the iRacing rules, all right, you can read them and you can interpret them to whatever they want to be, right? There's one word in the iRacing Blue Flags rules that drives me crazy. Actually, the whole thing drives me crazy, to be honest. And at the end of the day, it makes two things. It says 2 things. 1, blue flags are only there for advisory purposes. And 2, you must facilitate the overtake, right? Facilitate the overtake for Joshua Kuhn, or which one was it? Thomas Kuhn, was not running Dan Michael into the chicane at the bus stop. That's not facilitating. Facilitating would be lifting it off at the beginning of the straight and letting all of them go past. He has relatives, all right? He has relatives. You can pay attention. So that's, facilitate is the word that's open to much deliberation, isn't it? It's much interpretation, Kenton, and really they should just say, blue flags, get out the way, you know?
Yeah. Thanks, Ria. Glad that...
Hey, it made Ria smile. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Oh no, she sent us another one.
Devon Collicots and Thompson up through the S's side by side. One of them's going to end up in the wall. Don't get linked together. Oh, don't do this. don't do this, please. They're running side by side. Don't take the bus stop side by side. It's all going to go wrong, I promise you. Oh, they're
amazing. Fabulously done. Fabulously done. Oh,
stage break.
No,
stage break.
Yeah. I was like, what? Oh, right. That was fantastic. I want to take that clip and just show that to everybody whenever they try to go side by side, because that was perfect.
Yeah, respectfully done there as well for Devon Collicott and Selena Thompson. Incredible. So thank you very much. Because whatever James's argument is for that, you're left with. Do you know what? I feel YouTube chat are having a bit of a dig tonight. I'm not feeling much love from all of you. Rhea, you know, come on. I thought you were better than that. No need for the low blows on me this evening. Tell you that one as I rustle my paper like a newspaper reporter, like I've just finished a report or something. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, Kenton. I've got to be honest. I think I'm too tired at the moment. But we're gonna go. We're gonna keep going, and you know, can get a coffee. So there we go.
I mean, yeah, enjoy a nice cup of Joe.
Oh, that's what I was going to actually mention, Mike. As you know, I built an office now. I put my wall and my door on my office. I said to my wife the other day, I said, baby. She said, yes, darling. I said, oh. I said, can I get a coffee machine for the office? She said, why? Right? So I turned around and said, well, when I'm doing the long days, you know, like we do PEC, don't we? The long 8-12-hour races, I could just push my chair back, press the coffee machine button, and I can make myself a coffee, right? Mm-hmm. And for the first time in 16 years, right? For 16 years I've been with my wife, she actually said, that sounds like a great idea, darling. I fell off my chair with my mouth open, and I literally could have practically fainted. My wife's never agreed with me. And she never turns around and says I'm right. But she actually turned around and said I was right on that one. She said, that does save me making you all the coffee in an 8-hour broadcast, so you could actually get one. So.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Got to get it yourself like a little... oh, actually, you know what you should get? I don't know if you can get it out there. I don't know if they have it in the UK. But
out there.
We have a brand out there in the UK. I'm in Canada. It's very out there.
Okay.
For me, it's very out there.
It's a very long way away. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not within walking distance. It's far away. But there's a brand that we have called Hamilton Beach. I don't drink coffee at all. I don't like the taste of coffee. That's me. Whatever. But this thing, it's a 2-part. So you can actually do your crafts, so your big, coffee pots and stuff like that if you want to. But on the other side, it has a spot for K-cups. So if you want to do just a quick one, you can do that as well. Whoa, Dan Michael just went flying.
Where is
Did you see
going?
that too?
Yeah, where's he going?
It's like, whoa, what was that?
It's gone up to the upside down there in Blinking Stranger Things, unfortunately. I'm not quite sure where he's going. Oh,
he's going on an adventure.
Everybody's cycling in now. Jordan Malcolm, not so much. Yeah, but then Armour Brousseau is right. She was just picking her battle. She's saving the no for something else. Yeah, which is probably right.
True.
But,
new chair for your son.
Yeah, new chair for my son. She'll be like, no. But if I put a shelf on my wall, just above my plug, obviously, not drilling into the cables because I'm not really that stupid. Put me coffee machine on. I've got to lean about, I don't know, arm's length. Press me coffee button. And I could sit there and get me old coffee while I'm doing, long old 12-hour broadcasts. You know what I mean?
That'd be great.
Yeah, guess what's turning up Thursday? A new coffee machine.
I'm here for it. That sounds great.
Exactly. So if you hear sort of like coming from me, that's my coffee machine.
I'll stick to energy drinks. I just can't do it.
No, they drive me crazy. All that sugar and chemicals and all the other fandangle fiddly bits that they put in. You know what I mean? There was even a report about this Prime drink the other day that I was reading, which was...
the Prime stuff's garbage.
Yeah, which was quite...
no, that's no.
quite sceptical about all that as well. But anyway, look, now we've diverted away from a coffee machine and everything else. We should really get back to the racing. Unfortunately, they're still under pace car and the lights are still on, so they're going to be going for another lap as well. Don't forget, guys, if you are here as well, much love for jumping in. Your BSC guys are absolutely incredible. But do me a favour, just like the broadcast, eh? Like the broadcast, drop a comment down below and say how wonderful me and Kenton are at gibbering on about coffee machines in an office. That would be amazing as well. It all helps. And don't forget, if you've not been here before, subscribe and turn on the bells, because you've got a lot of racing coming up on the JPB YouTube channel as well. So listen, says Rhea, I haven't missed a stream. You've commentated in 2 weeks. I think I'm allowed a little dig. Do you know what? Whenever somebody says listen at the beginning of the conversation, it generally means that they're generally ranting about something, right? And they're generally upset, because when I rant, I do put listen at the front of a thing. So Rhea, I apologise. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you say listen on your message. So much love. Stay away from Rhea, because she's obviously angry this evening, Kenton. Right. These car lights are out.
She's a little...
Yeah, just a little aggressive. Spicy. A little spicy is fine. She's spicier than the vindaloo in a curry.
Building furniture, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I've done IKEA, I understand.
Oh, it's God blimey, that Swedish IKEA stuff. And I'm not going to lie, right? I've got a desk that's about 2 meters long. Now, if you haven't seen my setup, I've got like 3 27-inch monitors and PC, and I've got 4 monitors basically. I had a desk 2 meters long, right? Officially, you would put your monitor, your middle monitor, at 1 meter, because that's the middle of the desk, right? Yeah.
Yep.
What do IKEA do? They stick the supporting leg for the desk smack bang in the middle of the desk. Who does that? So every time
So you have a few knee bruises?
Yeah, and every time I slide in with my chair to try and get closer, because, you know, I do move around a bit, unless I open my leg, well, there's a post there, let's just put it that way. It was not their best design, I'm not going to lie. They could have put it someone else. And she's up again. No, actually, listen. It's an exact opposite from me. I don't know. Right. Round the outer loop we go. Now I'm just upsetting everybody. I'll have Armour messaging me in a minute. James, can you back up a little bit? Oh, yes. He has messaged me already. So, there you go. Sorry, Armour Brusso. Don't pull me into the steward's room. Right. Here we go.
It's an end of line for next week.
Yeah. Much love to everybody in the BSC community. I won't be here next week. I'll
be here.
Yeah, you'll be here. I'll have a 1 race penalty ban or something. Armand gets hold of me, pulls me into the steward's booth and tells me off. Right. Let's be fair, it hasn't been the first time. Right, pace car is in. Here we go. Jordan Malcolm, Matthew Norberg, Andrew Williams, Selena Thompson and Radel. We are up and running, and it's green on lap 29. 31 remaining, side by side in the background for Norberg and Williams. Are they going to run side by side up through the S's? That's going to be their worst thing if they do that. Here they go, up through the S's now. Sweeping through, they're still side by side. Norberg, they're going to come round side by side as well. They're all coming rushing down towards us as well. There's Selena Thompson rubbing off the wall. Got into the bus stop once more. Jordan Malcolm out in front, slicing through the bus stop. They come with Matthew Norberg. Williams as well. There's a car out of shape. That's Christian Strada. I think he's got a little bit wrong. There's Noel Jackowitz coming towards us. Noel's in the wall. Noel is in the wall, unfortunately for Mr. Jackowitz there. But Jordan Malcolm got a start there, Kenton. Alex Witt sitting behind Anthony Radel at the moment with Christian Strada right behind him.
Yeah, I think Jordan Malcolm taking that extra lap to... I think it was only 1 lap compared to Alex Witt. It just allowed him to not have to come in. He's gonna have to come in a little bit earlier unless he's able to fuel save, but he's already created over 1.5 second gap and we're a lap and a bit down. Ooh, huge lockup out of Radel there, and it's kind of backfired for Witt. Yes, he came in, but so many people didn't that he's got to fight his way back up to even get close. And he still has 2 cars to make his way through. And, well, yes, he's a very good driver. It's not like, Williams, Norberg, even Radel gave him a good fight there. They're not going to just walk away and move to the side just to let him through right now, right? So he's got a little bit of work to do still.
Definitely has. Seth Pegg fighting it out with Brandon McLaughlin, Hunter Carlson behind him here as well. Cody Sharp's had a moment on lap 29. Obviously, Cody is a lap down here. There goes Peggles. Come on, man. Look at that dodgy photo on the rear back there of Peggles' livery. And then I've got lasers coming out my eyes on the other side. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I bet you do. You wait till your boat race ends up on the front of a livery. You know what I mean? Hey. I
mean, if someone's willing to do it, and I think it's just going to lead into them crashing. So, your call.
I think
yours at least looks good. Mine it's all it is hair. There's just beard. There's nothing else. So you can put my face on it. You just won't see anything.
Radel with Strada and Devon Collicott here as well. Up through the S's they go once more. These guys battling it out. They're doing a great job as they come racing towards us. They're going to come round this top turn at the top of the hill. It's all where Strada's going to end up. Is he going to make it through? That's going to be the question. Into the bus stop wall we go. Strada and Radel. It is Radel. Strada did get through. Did he manage to hold on the exit? He did. Did Radel manage to hold Collicott back? He did for a brief moment. Collicott's surely going to get that inside line now. Yeah, he did. I was going to say Radel went off into a different postcode at that point.
Yeah, it looked like Radel was trying to do a little bit of a switch back there, but I think he just got way too wide coming out of that corner and just wasn't able to get back down in time to be able to utilize the switchback. But now he's got Dan Michael right on his rear bumper as well, and that's a guy who he knows how to make moves too.
Yeah,
so as he hits the wall.
Well, the thing is, he made a move into the wall, which is fine. But Dan Michael now has got Selena Thompson also as well. Matthew Norberg is closing on to the back here of Andrew Williams, and now he's got Alex Witt closing on to the back of him as well. Here we go up through the S's once more. This is going to be Witt's manoeuvre. He's got the Tabasco sauce of Norberg in front of him. Is he going to be able to make it through at the bus stop? He's not. He's got to hook it up. 1 centimetre to the left, 1 centimetre to the right, and he's all out of shape through that bus stop. He makes it cleanly through. He chases down now as well. There's Selena Thompson. I'm not sure that's how to do the bus stop, and I can guarantee there was an incident with Anthony Radel. There was, both of them going the same, unfortunately, there for Radel and Thompson. So unfortunately for them, not a good look as they're off together there, Kenton. But Norberg still recovering, and still got Andrew Williams and Alex Witt around him.
They do, and I mean, we did talk about this. Like, Jordan Malcolm's already out a almost 5 second gap between him and second place now. Like, Witt is doing what he can, and he's right up on Norberg, and Williams obviously has to be careful with both of them because Witt can. We've seen Witt do double moves. It has happened. So he is very competent in getting past people there. So this could get interesting.
Do you mean double moves as in double defensive moves or double overtakes in one go?
Sorry, double overtakes. Yes. Double overtakes. We've seen Witt pull off a double overtake a couple of times.
Yes, we definitely have. And it's normally on a left turn. I don't think we've seen it on a road, have we?
Maybe not. I feel like we had last season.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like he had a major solid move last season. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go with that. I'm right.
All right, okay, cool. Good job.
Yeah.
So, well done. You know what I mean? Kenton clearly doesn't hear them words very often if he's declaring himself correct. No. You're like me, mate. Long time not heard it, apart from the other day. Seth Pegg now with Selena Thompson. Thompson's trying to go up through the penultimate corner. Noel Jackowitz and Keith's battling it out. Jackowitz did make it through. Cody Kern is fighting out. He's got Brandon McLaughlin, who's got Seth Pegg, who's got Selena Thompson. These 4 cars scrapping it out once more at Watkins Glen. There it goes, the purple 23 of the Craigslist car. There's a big old lock up from Selena. big old lock up. And if tyre wear was true, she'd be vibrating like an absolute trooper by now with that front wheel on a square part.
Yeah, she definitely was going a little sideways. I think she just got someone moved out and she got on the brakes to try and avoid it, and unfortunately, just like we kind of talked about with Kuhn and Michael there, once you lock up, there's nothing you can do. You either have to let off and then you run the risk of overshooting the corner massively, or you just hold on and hope it catches sooner than later.
Yeah, I fully agree on that one. And for Selena Thompson, if there is a flat spot, I'm sure her teeth would be rattling. What about Norberg and Witt now? Can Witt clear Norberg to start climbing onto the back of Jordan Malcolm? They've only got 25 laps remaining. We've got Rhea in YouTube there as well, as calling out Armand Brusso needs some defense, does Rhea here, but Dan Michael has got to go on the attack. He cannot sit behind Devon Collicott anymore here, Kenton, because he's losing time to the guys in front. We expect there to be another pit stop as well, but for Dan Michael, he's had somewhat of a bit of a rough race with both of obviously his incidents, but he's got to be looking at trying to make moves. But I tell you what is going down here is Brandon McLaughlin's trying to make a move over Anthony Radel.
And it looks like Peggles is also looking to make a move there, as they're going to go... They almost were looking like they were going to go side by side, but thankfully Radel was able to kind of get it back in, and McLaughlin getting just ahead of him, so he was able to kind of go single file through the bus stop, which is the preferred way to do that, as it's a little less concerning, as Peggles actually does make a move up the inside.
I'm wondering if Rado's sitting on damage, Kenton. I wonder if he's sitting on damage, because let's be honest, he's up 8, but at the moment he's going backwards quicker than he's going forwards there. He's 1 corner forward, 5 corners back, unfortunately for Anthony Radel. So I'm wondering if there's some form of issue that Radel's got, whether or not he took tyres, whether or not he didn't take tyres. His steering is, I think that's slightly straight, or it's a bit left of centre, so maybe he's struggling with that as well. But for Anthony Radel, he's just not getting that car into the corners, is he? He hasn't. I don't believe he would have taken tyres to try and help himself here, but unfortunately it's not helped him. Selena Thompson running side by side alongside Hunter Carson. Selena's been looking quick. One incident with Anthony Radel and has fortunately dropped her all the way down into 13th here. Can Thompson keep that inside line? We've seen 2 work in the bus stop. She was involved with it. Now are they going to make it work? That's going to be the question. Thompson does make it through over Hunter Carlson there, and another great move from her. Matthew Norberg still under attack with Alex Witt.
Yeah, fantastic move by Selena, and I think a big issue that Radel might be having is from that contact he had with her a little earlier going into the bus stop chicane. Yeah, she seems to really have the chicane there dialed in, and knows exactly where to put the car to give space, but at the same time not lose out on positioning. Ooh, I was thinking, wow, I don't know who that was, but they went flying. I think that Strauder behind went for a little. Oh no, it was the 19 of Kuhn there that went for a little jump off of the curb there as he turned around the first corner there. But yeah, Selena's been having fantastic moves and keeping out of trouble for the most part. I hit that little incident with Radel, but I think that left Radel with more damage than it left her, so she's still moving quite well.
Seth Pegg and Jakowitz fighting out here as well. Peggles on the right, Jakowitz on the inside. They're going to be side by side. Charles Kellerman, why are you not asleep? I thought it was me who was up at this silly crazy times of the morning. Why are you not awake? Why are you not asleep, young sir? Come on, Mr. Kellerman, you need to be sleeping. Jakowitz has been past Pegg, and now Radel has got Thompson for company. If Radel has got a problem here, I don't think it's going to be very long. I do wonder whether or not Radel took tyres. Please don't squeeze, and he did, and now he does have a problem, because he is into the barrier. But if you're going to squeeze somebody like that, unfortunately, that is what's going to happen, isn't it, really, with Thompson and Radel for the second time?
Yeah, and I mean, Thompson really had nowhere to go.
She
didn't put her car there. It wasn't a corner that she dive bombed or anything like that. It was just Radel kind of looked like he moved to the outside, and unfortunately for him, clipped the front of her bumper, and that just sent him around into the wall.
I think that's the thing as well. You know, you can't expect somebody to disappear, right? We're not running, you know, this ain't a, you know, Warner Brothers movie or a Harry Potter movie. They can't just go Expelliarmus and evaporate us and I want to disappear us. You know what I mean? It can't happen. The car's going to be there. If you've drifted wide, because clearly you've got a problem, regardless, I don't know if that problem is the fact that your steering's not working, but clearly you had a problem there as well. So, you know, once you've gone round the right-hander, which I fully understand you're naturally going to drift out to the left, and I get that in a car, pull it back in here, because at the end of the day, they are going to struggle to try and keep control of that.
Yeah, it is a little tricky, especially like we said, with his damage or his contact with Thompson earlier in the bus stop. I think it makes making it a little harder to just control that car going through the corners, and he's just having a little extra difficulty. But I think he should be heading into the pits now, just to get some repairs done and kind of hopefully keep going forward.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've got 22 to go here. Can Witt now get past Norberg? Can he clear Williams? Malcolm's opened up a 10-second gap as the Australian out in front. He's pulling away, and we did say if you give him an inch, he will take a mile. And Jordan Malcolm, has taken a mile over these guys, and Alex Witt's just got no response. It doesn't look like he's got a response for Norberg, or he's got a spot. He can't clear Norberg. That pace looks so similar.
Yeah, he seems to be having a little bit of trouble trying to get through the two of them. But even Norberg just by himself, though, I mean, looking at it, their best laps are within 0.02 of a second of each other, and they're lapping within 1/10 of each other. So it does make it really hard to try and make a move when you guys are so equally matched on pace. And it also isn't going to help for Witt that Norberg is getting the slipstream off of Williams at the same time, so he can't even really build up a solid slipstream to try and use that to get by him. Because although as soon as we say that, as he makes a great move up on the inside, and it looks like they're going to be trying to go side by side coming into the bus stop, but he kind of backs out and just says, "Nope, not worth it." So unfortunate, but he just seems to not be able to create enough of a gap or enough of a slipstream just to be able to really push through.
Yeah, definitely. Brandon McLaughlin is trying to have a go at Cody Kern, and Kern's trying to get onto the back of Jakowitz here as well. Peggles is trying to get onto the back of all of them. He's trying to get through. McLaughlin gets that all wrong. Here comes Seth now. Is he going to be able to make it through? Is he going to be able to do that and get past Cody Kern? Brandon McLaughlin. McLaughlin's getting all out of shape. The panic set in for McLaughlin. Can he hold on as they come down to this penultimate corner? This left turn, 20 laps remaining here, Kenton, 20 to go. And what are we expecting from the end of this? There's definitely another pit stop coming, right? We think there's going to be a pit stop very, very shortly. Williams has already gone in here, so there's going to be everybody else has got to be looking at taking another one. I don't think they're going to be able to get to the end of this race.
No, they definitely are going to want to pit, and if you're, Witt, Malcolm, Norberg, and stuff, you're going to want to push it as far as you can, strictly because the later you pit, the less fuel you actually have to put in the car and the faster you sort of stay. While at the same time, obviously, you still have to be smart about it. If your car is close or anything like that, you don't want to try and stretch it when you're already pretty close. So it's a very delicate game of not necessarily guessing, but of deciding, all right, I have this much, I can do this much, where should I go in at this point, and just trying to keep it safe.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the thing. They've got to try and be sensible. They've got this far. They've got to 19 to go. They don't want to jeopardize their race now. They're all on for some nice little points there as well. TJ has found a way to keep me from chat. Sent a link to watch his in-car on my have y'all on TV and TJ on my phone. Did he use OBS Ninja there, sir? It's one of the ways that you can do that and allow them to basically watch both at the same time. So if it was OBS Ninja, fair play. If he's done it on your phone, no, I'm not quite sure how that one would work. So fair play to you for getting round it. Send me the details, eh? You know what I mean? I mean, that'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Sitting there on your phone watching Alex Witt drive and then have us on the TV.
Yeah, I feel like if you were able to watch TJ, you'd have that on one of your screens, and then you'd have the actual race on the other one, and then everything else on the other screen. You'd buy in a full screen just to watch TJ's point of view.
The thing is, I'd need another screen because I'd be wanting to put it on the broadcast, wouldn't I? Jordan Malcolm's in the pit, so I could bring it in and have it as an undercover, and run 2 screens at the same time. Norberg, yeah, it would. Norberg goes in. Sorry there, Kenton. Witt goes past. Witt takes the lead. Witt's going to have to stop again. That's without a shadow of a doubt. Can he get one more lap out of it? He has been behind Norberg and Williams for quite a while. Williams went into the pits and unfortunately he's dropped all the way down into 13th. He really wants to try and clear Matthew Norberg. Norberg hasn't stopped as of yet. Williams is coming round the penultimate corner. There he goes, and he's got round the last corner. So now for Norberg kind of needs to get on his bike a little bit here, otherwise Williams is going to jump him, and I think Williams is going to jump Matthew Norberg. Norberg's on his way out. Williams has already gone past, so fair play to Andrew Williams. Sorry, I was reading Matthew Norberg at the same time there. Oh, Norberg did do him. What? Well, there we go.
And Malcolm is Malcolm still in the pits here? No, he is back out. Maybe.
No, he's out. Jordy's gone.
He disconnected. What happened?
Oh. Not good. Let's just put
happened?
Let's just put it that way. Unfortunately for Jordan Malcolm, he got a speeding in the pit penalty, and decided that he wasn't going to take that any more than he was going to stay in the race, should we say? So unfortunately for Jordan Malcolm, he has exited the session. Andrew Williams and Matthew Norberg. Let's move on from that one. Williams and Norberg still battling away, and Norberg still got Williams behind him. Of course, when they went into that pit stop cycle, Williams was in front of Norberg, and now Norberg has managed to jump him. Witt has still got to pit. When is Witt going to pit? That's going to be the question. He's gone one more. And as well, he's still going, but Alex Witt's definitely got to pit there as well.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just trying to. That's unfortunate because Malcolm had such a lead there that he was not in any pressure really at all there. But Dan Michael, I think he also has to pit, and Norberg's going to be really trying to do what he can to try and create as much of a reel in of Alex Witt as possible, so that he's able to jump him, sort of thing, as he goes into the pit lane. I'm sure that's going to be his big goal now, himself and Williams here.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree on that one. Devon Collicott got Christian Strada in front. This is one of the battles on screen at the moment here. 16 laps to go. Norberg and Williams still close together. So great job from both of them. And now we've got Collicott trying to close down on the back of Strada. We've seen obviously Strada getting mixed up, and he's had a fairly, I suppose from Strada's point of view, he's had a fairly consistent evening of racing there as well. Charles Kellerman, oh no, holidays off work. Oh nice. Does that mean you get to stay up late, Charles, and watch NASCARs drive around Watkins Glen? So great job here from all of these guys as well, and it has been an epic evening of racing. There's some of the best times on the board at the moment. You can see, I believe, on a 1:10.44, Dan Michael's got the fastest lap of the race. Actually, it's Jordan Malcolm on a 1:10.05, so Jordan Malcolm did have the fastest lap of the race here as well. But Matthew Norberg still fighting out with Williams. Williams is putting the pressure on here, Kenton. He's just got to try and get past Norberg.
Yeah, Norberg's not making it easy. He's parking that car very much in the middle and kind of taking away a lot of the angles, making it very hard for Williams to get by here. Williams is kind of trying to force some spaces and trying to make moves and try and find stuff, but it's just not working for him. As every time he gets close and is about to make that move, he runs out of either track before the corner, or he just has nowhere else to really go here. Although it is Nordberg looking like he's went a little wide coming out of that corner.
Yeah.
It's been very interesting. Yeah, Nordberg's been driving really well, trying to fight off and hold off as best he can.
Yeah, definitely. I want to give a shout out to Seth Pegg, who's sitting in 4th at the moment. Seth hasn't pitted, mind you. He hasn't gone and pitted again. So unless he's pulled out an absolute master strategy here, Seth has finding himself in 3rd at the moment. But I do expect him to have to pit. Jakowitz has dropped down the order. Everybody obviously in front of him have pitted. Stockner's just got in. Seth Pegg is the only one, I believe, with Dan Michael and Alex Witt, who have not pitted yet. Now, whether or not he's got to, that's going to be an interesting thing, isn't it? So we're going to have to find out whether or not he's got to. I don't think he's going to get to the end. He definitely has to be pitting here. But the question's going to be when for these guys.
Yeah, it's unfortunately for him, like really...
Williams has hit the wall. He's hit the wall in the bus stop. Oh, no. But Williams...
That is... Yeah.
That's massive. Okay, I think it's back up now, guys, as well. So much love to that. I just found out that OBS has crashed on me. And unfortunately, it decided that it wanted to end. I think it's still running. Let's see here as well.
Looks like it is.
Yes? No?
Yep.
Right. Hold on, I'm just checking here because mine's still not running, but I believe it is up and running again. Let me know if you are seeing the broadcast, guys, as well. That'd be absolutely amazing. Sorry for that, but OBS decided to stop all of a sudden and just not work. So that was very nice of it as well. Right, Seth Pegg has been into the pits, guys, as well, and is now down in 10th place. Alex Witt is in front from Dan Michael by 2.7 seconds. Devon Collicott still chasing down Christian Strider, and Brandon McLaughlin still chasing down Cody Kern. So again, apologies for the crash in the middle of that one. I unfortunately, I don't know. OBS just decided to turn around and say no, basically. Kenton.
Yeah, that tends to happen. OBS sometimes has a mind of its own.
Yes, but to be fair, that's actually, out of all the hundreds of broadcasts that I've done, and you can see on the JPB how many videos we've got, that's actually probably one of the very few times that OBS has decided that it doesn't like it and has done that. So fair play to OBS, I'll give it a shout out, but yeah, you could have picked a better moment, you know what I mean? Rather than in the middle of the race. The only good thing is it didn't do it on the final lap, but then again, we ain't quite there.
Yeah, it could have been much worse, but yeah, we still got 10 to go, so lots that can happen. We did see, so what was missed, Seth Pegg did come in. Yep. He is now currently in 10th. Witt and Michael were able to actually... Well, Seth Pegg did come in, and he was actually in second for a little bit, as Witt actually was able to get out ahead of him. Dan Michael coming out in third, but then obviously with Seth Pegg coming in, Dan Michael was able to get ahead. And then Norberg holding on to third place.
Yep, so there we go. Once more, 9 to go. Alex Witt out in front, 2.6 seconds. Devon Collicott trying to claim that position away from Strada. Collicott wants that 4th place. You can see the laps down. Ross, Sharp, Kuhn, Spainhour there as well. So TJ still going. Obviously, Greg Sherman's been in the pits for absolutely forever. Joshua Kuhn is also out here. And Jordan Malcolm, as we know, is out. And Calvin Ross has been up to this. And that's the gravel, sir. So
that doesn't help you drive.
Nope. I fully agree. You've got to keep it on track. But from Collicott's position here, he's chasing down Strada and is definitely closing in on him here as well with 9 to go.
Yeah, he's. It looks like he's trying to make as many moves as he can. Cullycott trying to reel him in. They definitely pulled in a lot closer, and it does take a second once these cars. They're momentum. These cars are very much momentum. It's a case of the faster the more in constant speed they are, the better they are. As soon as they come to a stop, man, are they hard to get going again.
How does that work on a tricky circuit? Do you know what I mean?
Not well.
Yeah, like Kota, right? Kota's a very stop-start circuit. We know that as well. It's got some fast-flowing S's that they've got to try and make it through. But if that's the situation with them, surely my argument about these cars are not made for road circuit has got to be up there, right? It's got to be correct, hasn't it?
Yeah, and they're tricky. Like this track, obviously, there's not a lot of corners, and there's not really outside of the chicane a lot of technical corners. There's, you know, and they're coming out of the chicane, this little bit of a braking spot here. But for the most part, a lot of the time, the way they design the tracks to deal with for NASCAR is you can go very wide, as you see on most other styles of car. That this would be completely offside. Or out of, not offside, off track.
Offside, what we playing, soccer?
Hockey, me.
Okay, that's fine.
Canadian hockey. So off track, whereas with NASCARs, they don't. They're a lot wider and more generous with the track limits. Yeah. Very similarly with Kota, like outside of the S's, you can basically go like as far off as you want, as long as you're still on concrete and it still counts. So it's kind of the way they do that, and by no means is it bad. It actually allows these cars to continue to hold a little more speed than you typically would on with most other vehicles. So it allows them to sort of keep that speed, so they don't have to restart and get up to speed as much, and it's not as difficult to do.
Right, okay, so we'll keep an eye on these guys here as well. See what's happening with Strada. I did get a little bit of a tidbit with Strada. Strada apparently only took left tyres on the pit stop. So, is he going to be coming under the struggles by the end of the race? Woo! Hockey, says Lydia Spano. You know what I mean? So there we go. To be fair, these cars are not made for these tracks, but that's what makes it interesting. It would have been more interesting to see you run around this circuit, young Ria. I'm not going to lie. But you chose to take a night off here, as Devon Collicott's now going to bully Strada off that inside line. Strada is off. That was Radel, I believe. They've just passed as well. 3 wide overtake, and Devon Collicott does make it through on Christian Strada. What's happening down here with Seth Pegg? He is chasing Brandon McLaughlin like an absolute Australian wild Tasmanian devil here, and is trying to get through with Brandon McLaughlin because Cody Kern's not too far up the road here. So for Seth Pegg's point of view, 6 to go, he could gain 2 places.
Yeah, he definitely could get up a couple of positions here. He's very close to McLaughlin, and you can definitely see that he's starting to reel him in and sort of continuing to gain that position. So as long as he keeps it smart and smooth, he should have a pretty good shot at trying to reel in McLaughlin there as well.
Okay, well, let's see what happens here, and let's see what happens with the man from down under, the devil of them all. And I can say that tonight because he's got my face on his car as well. And Cody Kern side by side with McLaughlin. Kern makes it through. McLaughlin's coming back at him on the exit of the bus stop. They're going to go around that long sweeping out a loop right-hander. It's not as long as normal because they've turned it in a little bit. That's the straight exit that gets them on to the main circuit here. You can see how wide they have to run. I wonder if the iRacing rules reflect the NASCAR rules when they're on road circuits. Would that have counted for an off-track, do you think?
They do actually take that into account in a lot of ways.
Pegg. Oh, sorry, Kenton. Pegg's bullied off McLaughlin. He bullied him out of the inside line going around that last corner. Seth Pegg's going to make it. Is he going to take the inside line for one? He is. He's going to hold on there for Seth Pegg, and a stellar job from him. Strada's now in third. What's happened to Norberg here as well? actually did happen to Norberg there? Because he gets a little bit loose. Look, he's really struggling. He manages to hold on from Collicott, but boy, oh boy, was he struggling to keep that car going forward. Jackowitz has got the task of trying to get through the unmovable object of Andrew Williams. Williams seems to be able to defend like an absolute trooper here, Kenton, and managed to stay where he is generally. So for Jackowitz, he's got a little bit of a mission to try and get through here.
Yeah, it's not the easiest maneuvers to have to make. Jackowitz is very quick, but Williams has been kind of stopping everything. Obviously, he held Norberg and Dan Michael at bay for quite a while, and with very little until he had that little bit of an incident in the chicane. Without they seem to not be able to do much, so it's going to be not the easiest of tasks for Jackowitz to get through here.
Yeah, definitely ain't. And for Brian and McLaughlin now, it's not the easiest task keeping Seth Pegg at bay. They've swapped positions no fewer than 3 times already. Has the 81 and the 59 up through the S's. We're going to go on to 3 to go. Witt's taken 3 to go. Michael Strada. Where is Michael? How did Michael end up behind Strada? Damn, Michael. Oh, that's the 19 again. That's Thomas Kuhn again.
Yeah, Dan Michael's just not having a day. He is the unfortunate one today. Sorry.
Yeah, Dan Michael having a bit of an horrendous time there, unfortunately, with the 19 car of Thomas Kuhn once more. And no words on that one. Brandon McLaughlin trying to bully Pegg off the inside. Pegg's got in deep. That's going to allow McLaughlin through here as well as they start their 3 to go. Alex Witt, there's been an incident up here somewhere. There is. It's Norberg. What have you been up to, Matthew Norberg? Oh, he's missed the chicane. Is he stopping? He's not. Grass. Dan Michael through there as well. And I think Christian Strada's lucked into a 2nd place. And I don't mean that lightly, but he has just lucked into a 2nd place there.
Yeah, I mean, with how last week went, getting lucked into a position is not super uncommon, apparently.
Definitely. So let's see what can go on for the rest of this. And Jackowitz trying to get past Williams. Well, Jackowitz had to hit the brakes there. We saw that. Williams was out on the defensive here once more. And unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be a very happy Dan Michael currently after this. I'll be very surprised if he comes and has a moment and comes and talks to me, because I think he knows I can't quite go back far enough. I'm wondering what actually went on there and whether or not Thomas Kuhn should have been a little bit more out the way. I think this is where we're going to see Dan Michael come in, right? At this moment, I'd be very surprised if Michael's not. There he is. So there's Thomas Kuhn. There is Dan Michael. Oh, that was sloppy. I can't rant on sloppiness. It's just yeah, no words. So let's see how this pans out. Alex Witt, final lap of the race here, Kenton. I can't really explain that one, mate. I really can't. I don't really know what to say.
Yeah, it's obviously super not really sure. It was kind of happened and obviously we saw it, but yeah, there's not a lot, or it's hard to explain it in a lot of ways as to what the game plan was there.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was in front of Witt, but he went real wide coming out of that corner there. It looks like
the number 4 car, isn't it? It's Joshua Keefe. So Dan Michael is going to come round and take the victory. Not Dan Michael. Alex Witt, sorry, is going to come round and take this victory here at Watkins Glen. A stellar job from Dan. He's over the line, has finished it off. He's taken the victory. What about Christian Strada? Strada's going to come round. Here he comes now, over in second place. Dan Michael did get the third place here. Matthew Norberg in fourth. I want to go and pick up on what's happening with Williams and Jakowitz. One more turn to go. Can Williams hold on? The unmovable object, the super wide Andrew Williams. Has he done enough to hang on from Jakowitz here? He has. No, what? I'm not sure why you would do that. Seth Pegg with the 15 here as well. That is also a back marker of Cody Sharp. I don't really know what to say about that one, Kenton, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why Williams would back off. I don't get it. So there we go. It's, yeah. There's our way of dealing with that. Huh. Here comes Selena Thompson. She comes over in 12th. Nicholas Stockner in 13th. There's one more car, I believe, on the lead lap with Anthony Radel. We will wait for Radel to come through. As for Dan Michael and Thomas Kuhn, I don't really know what to say. Not gonna lie. Oh, yeah. Dan Michael there. Oh, not ideal. I believe we've got Alex Witt doing burnouts on the start-finish line here.
I mean, deserved it. You won it. Good job. You had a fantastic race. Had a little bit of a, kept it out of trouble. I feel like it would have been a little different if Jordan Malcolm had stayed in the race. But a win's a win. Sometimes I think it's a little bit of payback or forgiveness, I guess, for last week and losing out on the win of stuff not in his own control.
Well, here we go. Let's have a chat with the man that is burning out there. He's just burnt all the way back into the pit lane. He's still fighting with his car. The man who had a fight on his hands until Jordan Malcolm exited the session. But let's not take that anything away from Alex Witt. He's been looking quick all evening and he's gone and take the victory here at Watkins Glen. Alex, welcome in, fella. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely take the win, but definitely wasn't super happy with my pace. Just knew that, all I could do was just go out there, keep it smooth, run my own race, and see what happens.
What was the situation like in the car? Obviously road circuits, NASCARs and roads, for me, Marmite and peanut butter don't go together. But how was it in the car out there for you? Was it as slippery and as slidey as what we expect it to be up here in the booth?
Yeah, it's actually, it's weird with this next-gen car. It's kind of the opposite, at least for me. I feel like it's a really tight balance, and that's what kind of gets me with this car. So it's really easy to kind of sort of blow the turn a little bit too much, and then you just can't get the grip in the front, and then you'll plow. So you have to be really careful about that.
Do you think this might have been a different result if Jordan Malcolm was still in the session?
Definitely. I think I was probably third, maybe on all-out pace, I think, and just, I knew it was going to take some sort of miracle, and I guess it did.
Yeah, it was at the end of the day, look, whatever happened, let's not take it away. You went out, you won, that was the main thing. You had to keep it on track. You cement your place in the playoffs as well. I think, to be honest, I'd be very surprised if you dropped out from Cody Kern, so I'd be even more shocked if you went down that low. So, you've made a good job. You're in the playoffs as ready. As the season's gone on, do you feel you've got stronger and stronger within this season? Because it's been a tough season for everyone.
Yeah, I think so. I think every time, do a race, you get a little bit more experience, you get a little bit better. And, I'm happy with my consistency, at least, when it's of my own accord. Obviously, it's, NASCAR, anything can happen, crazy stuff happens, but I've been pretty happy with my season so far.
Well done, Alex. Congratulations on your victory there, bud, as well. 2 more races to go before we go into the playoffs. Going to be an absolutely stellar one, I'm sure. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yep. Shout out to the Breakfast Club as always, and thank you to Killer Browning.
No worries. Awesome stuff, Alex. Thank you very much, sir. Look forward to chatting to you as the season goes on.
Thank you.
Right, and next up, let's have a chat with one Mr. Christian Strada. Questions will be...
How you doing, James?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Doing good.
You interrupted my intro there, sir. I tell you, not good.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. It doesn't matter. Okay. Your race went on. You went about your business. Did you luck into that second place, do you think?
Yes.
Okay, good talk.
Definitely lucked into it.
Thank you very much for coming in. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, thank you, James. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought maybe a 5th place. I was going to be happy with 5th. And people started spinning and wrecking and everything like that. And I was like, all right, we're moving up. We're moving up. I'm ecstatic for a 2nd place finish. I'm not the most well-known, greatest of road racers. But I've been putting some practice towards it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we all know, and me and NASCARs and roads. But for you, regardless of whether or not you lucked in, first off, you kept it on track, right? Which some people didn't manage that.
Yes.
You know, and at the end of the day, that was probably the most important thing, wasn't it? Because we are getting so close to that playoff window now. It's all about getting as many points as possible, isn't it?
Yep, it really is. And I knew Alex had a 10-point lead coming in, and I knew he'd be strong here. So my whole goal going into this race was to just minimize it to the least amount of points gained, and I can't be happier with how that went.
Well, definitely. You haven't lost a massive amount of points. You've cemented your place within that top, obviously, part of the table as well that gives the playoff. So, you know, realistically, you're 100 points above the drop line. You should be okay, right?
Yeah, I don't have any concern about getting below the drop line. Now, honestly, my focus is really try to go ahead and go get Alex for these last 2 races. A little bit stronger tracks for me than Watkins Glen for me. So I think I got a shot at possibly trying to do it.
Well, I look forward to seeing you in the playoffs there, Christian. It should be an absolute great run between you all. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Shout out to Hunter. Shout out to TJ. And then definitely Dan and Noel. They helped me a lot going around the road course here this past couple of days, and they really helped me. I mean, I picked up multiple seconds from the first time I touched the track here. So I really would like to thank them for helping me out around here.
Awesome stuff. Well, Christian, thanks so much for joining us there, bud, and maybe we'll look forward to having a chat with you next week.
Yeah, hope to see you next week, James, and I hope you and Kenton have a nice night.
It's been a wonderful evening so far, sir. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, good evening.
Yeah,
even though we had NASCAR on road, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, it's more of a going into early morning for me. You know, I think it's like 20 to 3 or something. But, you know, regardless of that, yes, I think NASCAR on road drives me crazy. But, you know, you did a great job and you should be proud of yourself and cemented yourself in that playoff position as well. Christian, thank you so much, buddy. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Right, now I am going to have a chat with probably one of the unluckiest gentlemen this evening on track. Had 2 incidents with one car, had another incident with another back marquee. He could imagine what I was like up in the booth. It was like rant time for James on why that car should not have been there at that precise moment going into the bus stop. But let's bring him in. The man that did finish in 3rd place, Dan Michael. Dan, welcome in, bud. How are you?
I'm not happy, but I mean, I got 3rd.
You did. Matthew decided to run off track at the bus stop and cause himself all heaps of problems. What? Okay. Now, I don't normally like pressing for situations, but what was your point? You know, what's your take on the 2 incidents you had with Thomas Kuhn and then the first incident you had with Joshua Kuhn going into the bus stop? You know, what's your take on both of them?
Well, Joshua Kuhn's incident, that was coming out the final corner, going to the pits. He had a lot of damage. He couldn't turn. He got
No, there was the one before that, wasn't there?
No, that was Thomas. Thomas was the one in the bus stop.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Thomas in the bus. Yeah, Joshua had damage. He was trying to get it back. Right, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
No. You just had nowhere to go. Thomas in the bus stop though. Different scenario.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just chalk it up to he's a new driver. I'm not gonna pin it on him. It's just a mistake. A lot of these guys are mostly oval, or if they don't, they don't race a lot. They're trying. They're learning. They're taking their time. It's all right. But yeah, it was a little frustrating. I'm not mad at Thomas. Yeah, I had the pace for the win, I think, because I was catching Alex throughout that whole time. Our pit strategy, me and Alex, we were on the same. We stayed out. Even after that restart incident with me and Noel, after Schrader got a bit loose and went through the grass, I lost so much time. And after Jordan's incident, I knew it was a winnable race. I was up close. I was about 4 seconds back to Alex, caught up to 2, and yeah, that last one did me in. Unfortunately, I had so many incidents today with the lap cars. I mean, I'm not gonna blame anyone for what happened. It's just unfortunate race.
Do you know what? Praise yourself there, sir, because trust me, I've done interviews where things like that have happened and they've never come out as diplomatic as what you've just sounded. So fair play to you.
I listened to your rant. I do agree, there has to be some sort of recognition of the flag, but it's not a requirement. They don't have to move for you, but I would like a little bit a consistent line, but I mean, other than that, I know that most of the guys are new, so it's not a big deal. I was still able to finish third. I can't be too mad about it.
Yes, you did. And it still cements your place in the playoff position. So, are we going to see, as we've just seen you actually have an accident going into the pit lane now after the race? Not quite sure what that was about. So,
messing around.
You missed the race last playoffs, right? The last season's playoff, you missed the race. You put yourself under a whole heap of pressure. Didn't make it through. Are we going to see Dan Michael in the Final Four?
I'd like to be there. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to race everything. I would like to. I know that if I just race consistently, I'd be able to. But yeah, I just hope that I can have a clean race,
Yeah.
I just want to finish in front. I got a good stage. I didn't lead a lap, but I qualified good. I got second, and I was up front most of the race, I guess. I can't be too mad.
No, you can't be. And you did finish third, and don't be... Look, let's be honest. If I'd had an accident 3 times with back markers, I don't think I probably would have finished, to be honest. I think I would have been fuming at that point. So, fair play to you for staying in. Fair play for coming in and being very, how can I put it, calm. I think that's probably the way to go. But Dan, thank you so much for joining us there, bud. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just want to shout out Schrader, Noel, Alex, Armin, all the guys in the chat, all the guys that race with us. It's a tough track. Road courses are not everyone's favorite, and I know that when you're slow, you don't feel like racing. So just having the field be here and having over 20 cars was really nice, and I appreciate that everyone showed up, and I appreciate that you guys were here to broadcast.
Awesome stuff, Dan. Thanks so much, there, bud, and catch up with you soon.
Yep.
I think, Kenton, after the night Dan Michael just had, right, that was probably the most diplomatic interview I've ever done. Now, I've come in and spoken to drivers who I've had to mute because the expletive had come out and they were ranting about somebody and something. I am surprised. Let's first off, right, I am surprised that he finished that, because I probably would have been a little bit more upset than he was, and he's handled that really well.
Yeah, quite I like what you said. Diplomatic. It was a very. I'm sure he had more colorful words during said race when his radio, not being fully open. We're gonna completely ignore Peggles, but yeah, no, that's
no. JPB car in the top 10. Where will the Sportak car come? I'm looking forward to this, Seth. Get it out there, mate. Get it out there next week. Let me go at it now, because he's been laughing at me all evening. You know what I mean? So, you're in for it. Oh, and just to let you know as well, right, as much as you love the fact that, my photo's on the car, don't forget I still have a photo of you.
I mean, you do, yes.
I
do. I mean, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
I know what photo it is, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I sent it.
Exactly. Michael's there as well. I'm making a Sportak car. I'll do it. There you go. Yes, nice. Right, I'm really looking to hey, you brought this on yourself with Kenton Sportak. I'm not going to lie, giving me grief all evening, sorry, I should say. But overall, I think, considering my displeasure for the current situation of a NASCAR on a road circuit, I don't think they actually did horrendous. I think we still had a good race. We had some close battling. We've had some, obviously, blue flag ranting. It's kind of had it all here this evening.
We did. We had lots of differing.
Here, then. I wondered where you gone. Are you still here?
I read Armin Brusso's comment as well.
You're in trouble, sir. You're in trouble.
Yeah. I'm getting a one race ban. I'm sure of it.
Stewart's room for you. Welcome to my world. You know what I mean? Been there before. But overall, as I say, they have done well. It did have everything here this evening.
It did, yeah. It was kind of everything. Yeah, we had blue flags, we had crashes, we had spins, we had pit lane drama, we had on track drama, we had passing and great defending. So it was really fun to watch. It at least provided good entertainment in a way that maybe made road courses not the end of the world for you. Just a little bit.
No.
Not just a little bit.
Nope. Forget about it. Forget about it. I swear to...
Well, we're back to normal next week for you.
I swear to God, if there's any road circuits on next season, me and Armin Brusso, that's it. Conversation incoming. Not going to lie. Get them all on. Get them all on NASCARs. And I think Terry Spainhouse Sr. would agree with me anyway. Don't forget, guys, tonight has been brought to you by the Killer Brownie Company. Go and please check them out with the links down below, killerbrownie.com. But I think that's going to round out tonight. Thank you so much to everybody that's joined me. There's been so many in chat tonight as well. Ria, the Spain Hour Massive, our very own Armand's been in there chatting away as well. And Brad Young, thank you so much. Charles Kellerman for popping in as well. MPIKA 228 coming in. Thank you so much. Sorry about the incident earlier on. Unfortunately, I can't control everything and I couldn't control OBS crashing, but we did survive. We did get to the end of the race. So for now, guys, from myself, James Parfitt, alongside Kenton Sportak here as well. As always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.